It's not the real show. Oh, it's just a live show. Well, it's actually the real show because it's actually going to be considered an episode. We're talking about hitting that reset button. Ain't nothing to worry about. It's Danny and Travis on the reset button now.
Ow!
Good enough.
1 month! We are back. The reset button. No, it's not Thanksgiving. Karen isn't filling in. Thank you again, Karen. We are back. Me and Tannen. Tannen, my manin, what's going on? 30 days is up. Our probationary period's over. We are back.
I'm glad we're off probation. You know, there's piss tests and random stops at my house were really rough.
Your ankle bracelet is cut off. We are let loose on the general public. Tannen, man, where can everyone check us out on all this stuff before we get to tonight's show?
You can check us all out here, or the both of us have Biggie TMD, of course, the reset button. You can check me out at Tannen's Bum at Twitter. Man, I'm getting better at saying that. And of course, you know, Travis with the Hibiki TMD at Hibiki TMD at Twitter. Also, you can check us out on Facebook at the reset button. And of course, we're part of the Team Lasermouth community, right?
Yep.
Okay. Saying that's all right? Okay, awesome. Because I didn't realize I was supposed to be the one announcing it. I had nothing written down. Oh,
well, last night we did our first ever simulcast. Team Lasermouth, me, Drink a Beer, Rad Zero, Killsteel Gaming, and Kelly under one umbrella. We did it last night. It was tremendous. Hopefully, we can get you on for the next one, Tanner, because it was kind of on the fly booking with that. But yeah, thank you guys for stopping by for that. Yeah.
Oh, right on. Well, Travis, what have you been up to? It's been 30 days of I was gonna say sobriety, but not for me.
it's not. We're not getting our chip tonight, Tana. No, this month days. I did exactly what the game plan called for: is to take a month off to recharge the batteries, get back to what this is, get back to gaming, and that's exactly what I did. I've been balls deep in just gaming in general. Between Sparkster, a little kept secret for my new Let's Play that's been up. It's a total disappointment, by the way. The follow up to Rocket Knight, Assassin's Creed Origins has taken over my veritable life. A couple other pickups, Double Dragon 4 and Neo Turf Masters, which is an amazing golf game for the Neo Geo back in the day, which I actually did stream last week. So thank you guys for checking that out. But I didn't have a birthday this month. Tannen, happy belated birthday, man.
Thank you. Man, turning 16 was really rough. Learning how to drive in high school really gets to you. No, but I'll admit, I turned 33, and I like it. I like it. I like being 33. I feel like I always liked being a double number. I love 22 and I loved being 11. So, you know, I'm just like, oh man, double number again. You know, it's just, I don't know, something about it. Something about, you know, having two things. I feel like I should go out and gamble or something. But yeah, I had a great birthday. Had a lot of good gifts given to me. And also went and saw tree lighting, and also you know, this is a little off topic for video games, but for the first time in my life, I drank a $20 shot of whiskey ever in my life. Irish whiskey, 21-year-old Bushmills. I didn't sound like it took like a shot. Like, trust me, it took me a half hour to get through it. Like, I sipped that fucking thing for every last little morsel that it was worth. Because I mean, shit, a $20 shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as my pickups go, like I got L.A. Noire remastered, which it was funny. I told Karen, I was like, get me stuff that I don't expect, nor would I buy for myself. And so I made a list, and the L.A. Noire remaster was on it. I got it for PS4. Essentially, it's the same game as what you played on the PS3. It just does look better. The textures are a lot better. I mean, you can literally see the threads in their fucking clothing. So basically, they took a really detailed game that they made and made it even more fucking detailed, which it's just mind-boggling to say that, because it was like, what the fuck? Because when I played it back in, what was it, 2012? I was just like, holy shit, like, I mean, can it get any better than this? You know, just the way that it looked and everything. And I really did enjoy it. A lot of people like shit on that game a lot. I liked it personally. I mean, it was a different take. A lot of people, I think, went into it thinking it was a Grand Theft Auto. I knew it was going to be a game where you were a cop, and I expected it to be a game where you were a detective and had to work that way. And I like the system where you get penalized for running people over and shit like that. Because yeah, you're a fucking police officer. You're not a criminal. For God's sake, just get in the role.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I like some of the changes that they made. Originally, your options were doubt and truth, and then accuse. Well, now it's good cop, bad cop, and then accuse. It kind of makes it a little bit more easier. So if you just want to be a dick to your person you're interrogating to get more answers out of them, and hopefully that's the right route to take, you be a dick, or, it's just like, oh, I'm going to go soft on them, and that's the right route. I don't know. It was a different take at first because I was like, wait a second, like what happened to truth and doubt? And now, like, it seemed to make more sense to me, especially for newcomers to the game. That seemed like a good route, but yeah, I don't know. Really enjoying it. I haven't really played the game in years, so now I'm replaying it, and I went from like finding every card, getting every case correct and everything, back to fucking up. I just finished a case where my superior. Yeah, well, I just finished a case where my superior yelled at me. Where at the end of it, where like I'm always used to, it's a good job, Phelps. You did a good job out there, sending the wrath of God right up the anus of that perp. But no, instead now it's like, get out there on the beach, you little fuck up. And I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really enjoying that. I also did get Fractured But Whole, like an actual copy of it, so I continued playing that game. Travis, dude, switching that game to hard. And some of the bosses, when you play it on hard, but then you get to the bosses, is really I played this boss that I'm sure there was a way to beat it very quickly. I wanted to go the hardest route though to get a trophy for it, and it took me like maybe an hour.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, it was really like kind of repetitive. It was a lot of patience, but I got it.
It took you the length of the first South Park game to beat the boss, basically.
Pretty much.
I really want to get my hands on Fractured But Whole so bad. It looks so good.
I do have to throw you a spoiler alert. One of the bosses, and I lost my shit over it, was Jared from Subway.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. I was laughing the fucking tears. No, believe it or not, he was a tough fucking boss, man.
So you did it. You 100%ed the Fractured But Whole, the new game.
No. I'm 50% through it.
Well, based on the 50 you played, for the sake of the show, which one's better? Are they about neck and neck? Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole.
It depends on what you're looking for. I mean, Stick of Truth had that medieval element and that turn-based shit. Yeah. Where like in Fractured But Whole, like sometimes, like yeah, some of it's turn-based, but sometimes like some of your enemies, like you have to actually think quick and make quick decisions because they will come and attack you, and then that's when it turns out. I mean, you can see what order it's going to go in, but you're timed with that one enemy, and he keeps coming closer and pushing forward, and it's just like, oh my God, like you get so stressed out sometimes because you could execute a perfect combination, but if you don't. But also I do like the fact you get more characters to play with. Like you can have more characters on the board. I mean, like up to like I think the last battle that I got in there was up to 6 kids at the same time that I could control. So hero roster is a lot more. I mean, it's superheroes and the storyline's just a little different. I think they are kind of tied in it. I mean, they definitely brought new elements to this game and new characters, as I said, with one of the bosses. Like I always thought, like, man, how are they going to top Zombie Chef? Oh yeah, bring in Jared. He's looking good, eating sandwiches.
Oh God. Okay.
Cool. I mean, new summons and everything. I think they are neck and neck. I mean, they're both really great fucking games. This one I feel is longer than Stick of Truth. I just had replayed that not too long ago. Again, just loved reliving it. This one is definitely it's just a whole new. It's not a whole new South Park town to explore, but there's still new parts to explore to that town. They updated it. I mean, there's Shitty Putt Town and. They updated it with the new seasons and everything. And,
just like we see in Simpsons games when they did it with Springfield. They'd keep updating Springfield,
Yeah. But this is more closer to the map. I mean, they really, like, thought it out because also Trey Parker and Matt Stone were like, well, cool, we have a map of South Park now. Thanks. Because we never had that before. So then they had to stick to it to keep it canon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the storyline still, it's a good game. I'd recommend it. Karen swiped that one up for $30 Black Friday, so it was well worth it.
Speak of the devil once again. I know I thanked her at the beginning, but that wasn't proper. I do big time. Thank you, Karen, for filling in on the Thanksgiving special. You guys did great. It was nothing but positive feedback from everybody on Twitter and all that goodness. So good
Yeah,
stuff.
and that was a lot of fun too. I had a
She's
lot of
still
fun doing
really
that.
into the new Need for Speed.
Oh, most definitely. And I'm surprised at how huge that game is. I mean, dude, she'll come home like when I'm not home and play it. So like, when she comes home, she's got a good like 3 to 4 hour window of solid playing that game. And she's still plugging at it. There's still like, it is a very vast Need for Speed game. It's bigger than what the last one was, because the last one she was really disappointed because she beat that within a couple weeks.
Yeah.
And then like what they had done too is they kept updating it. She caught up to where their little updates were, so it wasn't a complete game. And they kept like just kind of fucking feeding you bits of more and more game content. And it got to the point where she was like, "Fuck it, I don't want to play this anymore. Like I'm sick of like getting on here, getting through what they're giving me, and then I have to wait 2 more weeks for some more shit. If I wanted something episodic, they should have given that to me." Yeah. And which was understandable. This one though, I mean, she's completely pleased with it. She's always doing new shit with it. So, I feel like this one, they like got, I don't know, they really thought their shit through and was like, okay, we're going to do it like this. And I mean, yeah, there's loot boxes and shit, but you don't have to pay for them. You play the fucking game and it's, you complete races and then boom, like,
yeah. And that's a thing that's kind of irking me a little bit. In the past month, this whole Battlefront 2 debacle with the loot boxes, people are taking my beloved Overwatch and kind of throwing it under the bus with it. No, they're not paid loot boxes. Yes, you can pay like $5 for like 5 random loot boxes, but leave Overwatch out of this, guys. They didn't do anything wrong. I will say, you were telling me about your pickups for your birthday. The entire Rick and Morty comic line, last thing on your birthday real quick, sounds very intriguing to me. How's that treating you?
Oh, dude, it's really good. Well, here's what I noticed in the first volume, because I was like, man, where does this take place? Like, how does this hold a hand in the series? It's Rick C-137 in the cartoon, in the series, and then I caught it in the very first thing they mentioned. They get taken to court, and it's Rick C-132. So this is a different Rick and Morty, actually. Same story, kind of same kind of shit that Rick and Morty do, but it's a different Rick and Morty. So this is really interesting to me now. Like I'm really like into it because I'm just like, holy fuck, this is a whole new.
Maybe it was like an agreement with the fucking writers to like do some twists to this, like the canon and the story in the comics. You know what I mean? To get away with.
No, probably. I mean, I got through the first volume today. There's 6 volumes altogether. I actually had to wait to start reading it because. Target, don't mean to bash Target here, but they fucked up and sent us 2 issues of volume 2 along with the rest of them, and then it was just like, oh, I guess I gotta return it, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, this sucks. Well, then 2 days ago, the first volume finally got here, so I think they noticed. They were like, oh shit. So I got an extra copy of volume 2. I don't really want to return it, but I might.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always nice to have two of a cool thing. But yeah, so far the comic's great, just for the fact that it's essentially a different Rick and Morty, and what they do differently. I kind of hope that at the end of it, it's the Rick and Morty that they replace whenever they go into that other alternate universe to escape from, that one that Rick really fucked up. And they have to bury themselves. I'm hoping it ends with that. But
yeah. That'd be cool. Well, once again, Tandem Man, happy belated. One more year here for you and for the show. And I know, speaking of the show, one game we talked about during the course of the show, over the summer, we saw the trailer for Double Dragon 4 dropped, and I mentioned getting it. I just want to talk about 2 tidbits on it real quick. I'm very disappointed, and I blame myself, and I kind of blame the developers. And I'll tell you why I blame myself. I did the tried and true thing we always warn you guys not to do. I didn't manage my expectations. I was so hyped from the trailer. The game isn't bad. It's just, it's so meh in how it was just laid out and pacing and lazy design, and the music is my biggest complaint. Even Double Dragon 3, the worst one, had pretty decent music, right, for the NES. The music here, if it wasn't a remix, it was just the most uninspired bland. You know what I mean? That was disappointing. But gameplay wise, spot on. Like NES style Double Dragon. Definitely way more than 2 characters on screen. This is the hardest Double Dragon also. And I'm not counting 3 in that. That's due to a bug, why that game was difficult. You get 1 fucking life and continue, that's it. Come on. But yeah, I mean, it was $8. I would still say get it. Yeah, I would say it's a recommend. For me, it's not going to get a lot of replay time for me out of it. But yeah, and the other big one for me, obviously, I got to talk about it, Tanner. I just wouldn't feel right about myself. And I know I'm driving people insane on Twitter talking about this game so much lately, but it's that good. Assassin's Creed Origins. I know, guys, Ubisoft and all the shit with Assassin's Creed. What have you done for me lately? And Assassin's Creed 3 was shitty, and Unity had a mixed review. And you know, all the ups and downs, I will say flat out, I played every Assassin's Creed except for the last 2 this shit. And there's a reason. Syndicate and Unity, I kind of but I'm going to go in. I'm going to play them.
I like Syndicate.
That's what I'm saying. So many people give me positive things, reviews about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to try it. But it's one of those things I'll get to it when I do. I will say this is the best one I've ever played. Better than Black Flag, better than 2. It's tremendous. And yes, people can come out and say, oh, well, they just, they're generic. They called up to the Western RPG, Witcher, crafting, bullshit, all that. But it did nothing but just enhance the game. It refined it. It fine-tuned it, in my opinion. All the complaints, Tannen, that you or I, because we're probably the same ones with this series over the years, because everyone had the same complaints with Assassin's Creed games. Totally redid the combat system in this. At first, I was a little weary because you used the shoulder buttons, but I got used to it. It's fine. Combat's fine. The graphics, the world, the ancient Egyptian Alexandria, the ancient scroll library. Spoiler alert, there's ties to Cleopatra in the game. It is flat out proving to me once again, and all you people who, you're on the fence, are video games art? Most definitely. This game is gorgeous. It's just breathtaking. Every time you fire up your PS4 with this game, it's an adventure. Flat out. It's on the level of a Witcher 3, a Breath of the Wild, a Skyrim, a Horizon Zero Dawn, which we're going to get here in a little bit with the Game Awards, because Horizon Zero Awards, which is shocking, but yeah, that's another beast. I definitely, if you were hardcore in Assassin's Creed and you fell off like I did due to repetitiveness, bullshit, maddening the franchise, milking it, this is definitely the one for you to jump back in, and it's going to grab you by the ass like it did me, guaranteed, and you're going to have a good time. And Tannen, I know you haven't touched it yet, but I definitely recommend this game to anyone.
No, right on, man. I mean, I'd recommend Syndicate. I mean, honestly, like, I should play that. What was the French Revolution one? What was that one? You mentioned it just a second ago. Yeah, Unity. I should play through that one too. It's what, $3 now? I should just fucking play it. But the reason was that Unity failed so much is because it was so buggy. It wasn't done. Syndicate was a finished game. It was polished. It was great.
Right.
And that's where I think Origins too. It's I assume a polished, great game. I'm thinking one thing I'm going to miss is projectiles, guns. I liked that. I liked having
that. It's definitely replaced by your bow and throwing like Molotov hybrid bombs. They definitely got you on the projectile weapons in this game. Just a different take on it, and like, fuck me, you said about unit and the patch. Okay, the bugs. Yes, it's a very, very polished game, but the bugs are there. They're just not as bad, and they're not game breaking. I don't know if anyone cheap plugged to myself on the channel. I put up like my camel, like you call it, like you would a horse in Red Dead, right? I called it. It jumped over an entire building. It was amazing. So check that out on demand on the channel. If you get a chance. The camel glitch from hell. But that's what I've been doing.
Of Egypt.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny too. Egyptian stuff. I've always been kind of interested, especially in that time period. Just because it's also so mysterious. I mean, that's why they call it ancient.
Right, and it is as advertised, guys. It's the origins of the whole assassin troop and all that shit. So it's tremendous. I can't say enough good things about it. And Broski, our good pal, he's been on many times. He's actually mirroring it on Xbone right now, so he loves it too. He's the biggest.
Oh, very good.
So shout out to him. The Game Awards, Tannen, were last night. They've come and gone. You want to talk about it? Get into it? We don't have to go over every award, even though I have my list. We can.
Yeah. I mean, we could talk about it. Like, I was looking over it earlier. There's a couple things I was happy about. We'll just go ahead and start off with. What were you shocked about? Anything that won?
Was I shocked about? Maybe the best.
Really, that one over that.
Best musical score, possibly. I feel like that kind of should have gone to Cuphead too.
Cuphead was really it had a. I mean, they had to recreate that cartoony 1920s era cartoonness about it. And its theme song is really awesome. I mean, if you load up the game, it's just it really is a fucking great game. However, though, I've never played Automata, so I have no idea what it sounds like, let alone Super Mario Odyssey. What I have played was Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and that had a pretty cool score to it too, though. So
let's start right from the tippy top then, right there. I mean, really, to the surprise of no one, anytime one of these you get a Zelda or a Mario that year, this one just happened to have both. Breath of the Wild took Game of the Year, and quite frankly, I mean, I was a little bit shocked because Odyssey's so good and it's just newer. I figured it would take it because of the newer buzz, but yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild.
No, but Breath of the Wild still holds strong. You have people that have already beat Mario Odyssey and they're done with it already. I have had Breath of the Wild and have invested like hours upon hours in that game, and I still haven't covered everything.
It's a tough year because you're looking at a year where Tannen, where quite frankly, you have a Zelda and a Mario released in the same year where most critics are saying the best ever of either franchise. That's what I'm seeing. Tons of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which is opinion, but it's easy to see why people would say these are the best two ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I have not played Odyssey yet, but I've watched enough gameplay, and I have not had a hands-on yet. But I can tell you right now that from what I know of the people that own it and the people that I would trust with it, like they back it up with, oh my god, this is the best Mario game I've played since Mario 64.
Yeah,
and it's just like, whoa, really? Really, that's some strong words there. Yeah. But from what I watched too, it just looks like so much fucking fun. And you remember when I said I was like, I'll get a Switch when a game sells me on a Switch, and that game totally sells me on a Switch. That game makes me want to buy a Switch.
Me too. Same camp with you. And yes, guys, Tannen and I have yet to play Odyssey, and we really want to. So that's all we really have. But, Best action game. Wolfenstein 2. That's fine. But hell yeah, I still want to play it. I do know one thing I didn't know, Tanner. You can play. There's a way to play the original game within the game, so that looks cool.
Really? Like it's like an arcade thing? You can
shout out to my buddy Bronsentron at Bronsentron who showed me that. He was playing and he's like, oh look, you can go in the game and play the original Wolfenstein 3D, so that's awesome.
What were okay, I see here. Cuphead was the runner up on that one. Yeah. Which that's pretty interesting. Well, Cuphead, here's the thing about Cuphead, and remember I told you about that the first time that we were talking about it and the fact that I played it. You still need to come over and play it with me. It is like Contra meets fucking Bosco. You remember that cartoon, Bosco? The black and white cartoon?
I do.
Okay. It is like that. And it's just such a fucking, I don't know, just an out of nowhere game. And I knew it was going to be like that. I remember seeing the previews like fucking 3 years ago when they unveiled it. And they were like, yeah, Cuphead's going to be coming out. And it's just like...
Tanner, we have a full house in our chat. I'm so sorry to cut you off, man, but I feel like I'm neglecting our listeners. We got like 4 or 5 in the chat. We got Bronsentron himself. We got Kelly Moon, the man behind the plan, the godfather of Team Lasermouth in the chat. Thank you, man. Snare X. The Pallies are out in full force tonight. I just wanted to shout them out. Go ahead, Tanner.
That's awesome. Well, no, still, yeah, going back to like Cuphead is such a unique fucking game, and a lot of people are like, oh, it's repetitive. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. And I'm just like, no, it's like Contra. Like, I don't know. It is not. Yeah, it's repetitive in the fact that it's 2D and it's a run and gun game, but it is so much fucking fun. And I've yet to play with a second fucking player. That's the thing that sucks about it. Like, well, in this game, in Cuphead, if you die. One of the players dies, the other player can have a chance to revive them if they jump and do the spin on their ghost before the ghost leaves the screen, thus reviving them, and you can keep on going with the level. However, if you're playing solo and you die, that's it. That is it. And to tease you, it shows you an indicator of how far you got into the fucking level. So it's like playing a slot machine, and you just want to keep on going until you got it. Like, and it either takes it all out of you until you're just so pissed. Or, like you get to that goal finally. Like there was one night I could not get past this one boss. And it's just like sometimes on the map you run into these singular fights. And I kept going back, and it would indicate how close I was. And I was so close to beating him. So I went back and then he killed me within like the first quarter of the fight. And I was like, that's it. Fuck it. Got up the next day and beat him the first try. So just had to sleep on it, I guess.
It's definitely a cruel, vicious bastard. on all accounts from everybody. Cuphead, and we got to remedy that. We have to. Next time I come over, we're doing it. We're doing it. Whether I'm
Hell yeah.
there for a little visit or whatever, we're getting down on Cuphead.
Now, Wolfenstein 2, though, here's the thing about it. I have not played that game yet, and that was going to be when I went and rented World War II. That was my other option. Was to either rent that or Wolfenstein 2.
And what a goddamn tough decision that had to be. Jesus.
Oh, God,
like,
it
for
was.
real.
I was like, well, kill Nazis this way or kill Nazis that way? What do I want here? History or alternate history? Like, or alternate future? You know what I mean? Like, what do I want? And some of myself like kicks myself. This is part of myself kicks myself in the head because I wanted a really good storyline.
I just pictured Tony Danza like debating to himself in a Blockbuster which game to rent.
Spaghetti, yeah, Fight Club, or you know,
or yeah, at the grocery store, the vegetable aisle. You want to get the eggplants for Mona? Sorry. I've missed the tail.
No, geez, what do I do? Gonna go whitewash the house.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I really want to get my hands on Wolfenstein.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that will be my next Redbox rental. Like if they call for a Blizzard, I'm stopping at a Redbox. I'm fucking picking that up. That's gonna be my student game.
There you go. Best fighting game.
Now looking
Justice
at this
2 took the cake on that.
Oh, I was gonna say, looking at this list though, Prey. I was not a big fan of the demo. I don't know if there's anybody listening.
A lot of people say it's boring.
It was so boring to me. You know what I liked? Picking up a coffee cup and throwing it. That was my favorite thing. I was done with it. So yeah, if you want to pick up a coffee cup and throw it, play Prey. But not Nioh I didn't play. Destiny 2 I've yet to pick up, but I figure it's Destiny. You know, like I've talked to other people like, oh yeah, you need to pick it up. I'm like, yeah, I'll wait for it to get cheaper. I'm just a cheapskate like that. Anyway,
Kelly in the chat says you talking about Cuphead reminds him of how much he got frustrated at the new Crash because it's a hard bastard too.
Yeah, that's just what it is. And it's not like you have limited lives. It's not like there's a game over. It's just, oh yeah, we're just going to send you back to the beginning of the level. And that's frustrating enough. Like, oh my God, if that was like an NES game where you had to start the whole fucking game over, I don't know. You'd shoot yourself. Like, hands down, it's a fucking, But at the same time, like, I love it. I love that game.
It's that, and those NES games that are like that, it's the good ones that have that charm, just like Cuphead, that keeps pulling you back for more. That X factor about it, you know.
Yeah, most definitely. So anyway, they're rolling into best fighting game, which was Injustice 2. Yeah, sure.
Tekken 7 threw its hat in the thing this year, and strong showing from Tekken. It did. Interesting to see ARMS on this list, but from Kelly, remember when Kelly was on and he talked about going and playing ARMS for the first time and he won a competition in front of like a bunch of people? It was great. I'd like to try it, just see what it was like. He said it's spot on with the motion. But Injustice 2, I feel I would give to Injustice 2 this year too. It's a good choice.
Graphically, all the stuff, the content, everything. Injustice definitely does take the cake. That was just a really good game all around. Like, just everything about it. Like, I really enjoyed.
It was refreshing, if anything, to see something with a DC stamp on it be fucking good. Besides Wonder Woman, DC doesn't really deliver a lot lately, guys. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are fans, and I still need to see Justice League. Yes, I get it. But it was good. I liked Injustice. I love Injustice 2. It's excellent. Best score, like you said, went to Automatopoeia. And also best sound design went to Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, which is another game I'd like to check out. Best strategy game, Mario and Rabbids. Here's a game this year that kind of took everyone by surprise. Like, at first I was like, oh, it's cute. But apparently it's really fucking good. You know, I really want to try that out.
What's that?
Mario and Rabbids. Excuse me. The crossover strategy.
Oh, yeah, and that looked good. And also, I noticed that Mario Odyssey got best family game, and Mario and Rabbids was on that list.
Yeah.
When I think of family games, as well as Mario Kart was on this, when I think of family games, I think of something that everybody can play at the same time.
Right, Sonic Mania was on the family game list too, and I said that on the Laser Mouse group chat last night. I was like, yeah, it does, like getting the family around for a little 16-bit frustration doesn't seem like Mario Kart. I would have thought Mario Kart Deluxe.
Mario Kart's great. That's a competition. That's everybody playing at once, man. I mean, dude, like over the weekend, for my birthday, because my sister's birthday was December 3rd. Happy birthday, Holly. Belated.
Indeed.
But she came up and spent the weekend with Karen and I. And one thing we did was got really drunk and played Mario Kart, which was hilarious. Holly sucked at it. She could not drive drunk worth a damn.
At this point, in the nation, in the world in general, when you have casuals for a get together, that's usually the go-to for casual gamers. When you have a get together, Mario Kart.
Or when you think family game, everyone's going to sit down and play a game today. It's the family time
because everyone under the sun understands the driving concept. We know what driving is, and it's a cross the boards thing that clicks. Not a fucking turn-based strategy game. No matter how many cute characters are in it, it's still a strategy game.
Still a strategy game, but also like Mario Odyssey. What are you going to do? Pass around the controller? We're talking. When I think family, I'm thinking of like a family of at least 3 to 4. Okay, so let's all pass around the controller, and you have a kid playing with you too. So you have a parent and at least one child. Then you have 2 children that are just, and the parents aren't going to watch. Like not they want to play. Like no, you just no. I don't think Mario Odyssey was a family game.
Yeah,
kid friendly, yes. Family game, no.
All it's going to be is like your kid tugging on your pants leg, asking you if it's his turn yet in that situation.
Right? Oh, boy. Best art direction went to Cuphead, which, hell yeah. How could that not be?
I mentioned it earlier, Tatum, before we got to any of the awards. Horizon Zero Dawn was critically acclaimed this year. Literally took home nothing. No awards, which that's a good thing too. That just goes to show the amount of quality titles that came out this year, but kind of shocking.
Yeah, it didn't get anything. Another funny thing, Need for Speed Payback wasn't even on the roster of nominees for Best Racing Game, but Forza Motorsport 7 got it. I was not shocked about that. Because I have on and off been playing Forza Horizon 3, and I'm actually don't tell Karen, but I'm secretly liking Forza more than Need for Speed.
Make sure you timestamp this episode now.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
You said what?
I haven't played a new racing title on anything this gen actually that's not an open world or anything like that, but I can see why Forza would take it. It looks good,
Forza's, well, you know what? Forza has and it's not that great of one, but it's a better soundtrack than what Need for Speed has too. Oh my god, that fucking soundtrack! We talked about it in the last episode. Like the soundtrack's so bad in Payback that we are not playing the soundtrack at all. We turned down the music on that. We've got Spotify playing our own Need for Speed mix that I personally built, and it's really good. So,
here's an interesting little title. I don't think I've ever heard of this game. Best narrative. What Remains of Edith Finch? It just sounds like a little wives' tale song.
Oh no! Like that game, I heard was actually really good. But it's one of those narrative games. I think you'd hate it. You like that game where you're running around tracking down the spirits in some weird English village where everybody disappeared. I don't know if you'd like it, but you might.
We'll see.
See, I might play it and be like, that was a really good experience. Walked away from that kind of fresh.
Best role-playing game, Persona 5. God damn it, I let myself down. I said I was going to pick this up months ago. I still haven't played it. I want to.
Yeah, no, and I still want to get it too because I love the Persona games. But
Breath of the Wild is this category too, and I can see why. That's toughy. That's toughy between those two.
15 was obviously in there
15
as well.
In there. Not a lot. No awards for 15 I'm seeing either, I believe, this year. And that's kind of, the game, it had a buzz, Tannen. And I'm not saying people some people hated it, but a lot of people liked it. It's just there's no buzz for it now. It's pretty, it's come and gone and it's under the radar.
Pretty much.
Besides the weird fucking free Assassin's Creed DLC or whatever that was within it, and that got like really no buzz to it because A, nobody really knew what the fuck that was or knew about it, and B, it was just so weird and random, you know.
Best handheld game, and this doesn't shock me at all. Samus Returns.
As it should.
As it should win. Super Metroid was a really good fucking game. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Metroid 2 was a really good fucking game on the Game Boy. It looked like shit though, and once you just add that little bit of rainbow coloring to it, bam, got a fucking great game. I really want to play it so bad. Like I want to get a 3DS to play that fucking game. I'm hoping they make a remastered version of it for the Switch. They probably will.
Probably. And I know, like, even give the reset button year-end awards. That may be one of the topics we were the most saltiest on that year when they unveiled that. And not that we were like, fuck. We were just like, we just want a new Metroid experience, you and I. Side-scrolling so bad. Yeah. And that's fine, I guess, that they remade it because it looks great. But it's like, we've been here and we've done this. Like, guys like us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, I finally got Zero Mission. I talked about that. And Zero Mission, I mean, it's the first Metroid. It just looks pretty. Metroid with a map, and it looks pretty, and it has great music. So I'm gonna say that was a really good game, Metroid Zero Mission. I mean, shit, I wasn't unhappy when I bought it on the Wii U, and also got to play it on a big screen.
Besides Golden Sun, honestly, that's probably the best GBA game in my. So good.
Oh, Zero Mission is.
Yeah, it's such a good remake of the first game. It really is. Fusion was good too, just a weird take and a little short. But yeah. Like you said, as it should, Samus Returns takes the cake on the best handheld. Other things here, a couple randoms. Like these are weird categories for me, like best esports player, most anticipated game award. Like, how can that be an award? I get it, but it's like, okay, Last of Us Part 2, obviously. It's just a weird award for me.
Because I mean, how can you say that? Because I mean, dude, okay, that outdid. Okay, how is Red Dead Redemption, or I mean, the new Red Dead, not a very anticipated game?
Yeah,
I'm really surprised about that, and that's a non-exclusive too. I mean, Red Dead's going to be on, every platform, where Last of Us is strictly PS4, and not saying that I am not fucking excited as shit for Last of Us. I mean, you heard me playing the theme song on the banjo. But the fact of the matter is, though, I mean, I'm excited as shit for Red Dead as well. So I don't know how you vote on that. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's probably whoever dumped the most money into it. Cindy was like, yeah, go ahead, make that the #1 game.
Exactly.
Like, hey, Rockstar, you want to give us some money? Like, yeah, we'll give you some money. Just make sure you play our commercial.
And that is literally how it went down, I bet, like to a T. People can complain what they want on the results of this year's awards. Quite frankly, I'm just going to let it sink in. And a great year. We got a great classic Zelda and Mario in the same year. Because next year, players like they're snarky dicks. And I'm just not jumping on the PlayerUnknown Battleground train anytime soon. Real quick, I kind of tweeted this out, and people kind of know my opinion. The whole awards thing in general is, and I'm totally glad they don't they do a good job of separating categories, and whatnot. But gaming is kind of like, and I don't know, it's an acquired taste. The genres, in a way, it's silly to have an awards, but it's fine. Like, I don't get upset about these awards. I don't take them like waste. Like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who gives a fuck if the Ramones ever went in? Like, it's not about that. But and for me, gaming shouldn't be about awards. And I know the developers, they deserve. Yeah, I'm not saying the developers don't deserve their credits and their honors, but sometimes award shows are just. You don't have to do an awards show for everything, but it's a big deal to people. Some people. I'm not gonna, let that dream go for them. So that was the Game Awards. Final thoughts on this year's awards, Dannon.
Well, I wonder if we're gonna get a Legend of Zelda Game of the Year. I'm just kidding about that.
Didn't the DLC just come out like today at midnight?
It did. I just downloaded it. Just fucking downloaded it. So you're lucky I'm doing this right now. Okay. Yeah, it came out, and I'm stoked as shit to play it. I watched the trailer for it. I wanted more Breath. Would have to wait until December, and it's like I completely forgot about it. And then as I'm watching, which we're going to be going into, I watched the trailer for it, which debuted last night. And as I'm watching the trailer, I'm like, wait, doesn't this come out soon? And it goes, available tonight. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, ain't that a motherfucker? Because we're gonna go into game trailers now that they unveiled at the award show. My final thoughts, though. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't mean to skip your final thoughts. My final thoughts are, yeah, whatever. It's that award show. Like I started watching the actual record version. I was like 3 hours long. Fuck that. Like it starts out like, there's this really hot chick playing a fucking big ass cello. I was like, well, this is pretty badass. And then as I'm watching, I'm realizing, like, wait a second, I'm going to sit here for the next 3 hours of my life and, like, watch this damn show. It aired last night. So I got on, looked at who won, and then got on and just strictly watched the game trailers on YouTube. And that is what it is.
I feel like 2018 for this show should have a new character on it called the Nonchalant Savant. Like, and you could switch it on the fly. You just did it. You could just, no big thing. And then you're like right back to, in-depth Tannen. I feel like that character needs to come out this year. We'll come up with something. Yeah, I'm right with you though. Like, and going back to watch any award show for me, unless it's wrestling, and guys, that's my nerdy thing. Yeah, it's unbearable. I just want to know the results at that point if I'm not watching it live. I'm right there with you. Trailers, though, Tannen.
Trailers! Oh, man, dude, and you had a lot of them. And appearing in the order that I watched them in, let's go ahead and start off with the weirdest of them all, the Hideo Kojimas of them. Death Stranding. Did you watch the Death Stranding trailer, Travis?
I did. What did you think, Tannen?
Oh, my God. Dude, it's like a really bad acid trip mixed with like a sci-fi horror movie. I like it. I like where this is going. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, like, I don't know where this is going to go in my brain when I play it. But, I mean, so far it's so fucking weird that I can't even grasp it. I mean, there's also the shot where, like, I mean, I don't know, if they're carrying babies around.
Yeah.
Carrying fucking babies.
Yeah.
Like, like in fake uteruses to fight some weird, slimy black alien thing that they can't see, but it kills their people. Hold on a second. Hey, baby.
Yo, reset button.
Karen is in the house. Welcome.
Karen just got home from work.
Hot off the streets. She was out with the people.
Yeah.
She's now in house.
Hot off the streets and with the people.
Sorry,
I didn't mean it like off the streets like that. Like you're off work now. Sorry.
Yeah, she had to hit her she had to race on in here to get here.
Karen, we shouted you out. We gave you your dues at the beginning of the show about an hour ago. Thank you so much for filling in during my little hiatus during Thanksgiving. It's good session.
You can't hear him, but she's shouting me
she
out.
can't hear me. I will say this.
On headphones.
Tannen, I will say this. If Karen's setting up, that's awesome. If she wants to come on, she's more than welcome. On Death Stranding, yes, it looks really weird. It looks kind of cool. I just hope it's not Kojima being weird for the sake of being weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope this has a rhyme and reason.
I kind of hope he's like taking his like, I wanted to be fucking scary for Silent Hill, so you know what? I'm going to take it to a sci-fi level now, and I'm going to make this fucking scary. Like, I want a scary ass, weird ass game. Like, I want a scary fucking game.
Yeah, I just don't want a game that was like Kojima panicking and being like, I got to make something that catches people's eyes, and like he took a bunch of acid.
I'm about to pull everything out of my ass that I can think of right now. God damn it.
This is the result of one long Kojima poop. Basically, he just came up with everything on the fly. No, but it's going to be very interesting.
Stuff kind of looks like Kojima poop, so like it's like you're in Kojima poop world. But yeah, no, I'm still excited about it. I like that dude from fucking Boondock Saints. A lot of people are like, "Oh yeah, no, the Walking Dead guy." I'm like, "Nah, the Boondock Saints guy." I think it's gonna be an alright game so far. I like the look of it. There's so much mystery that's been shrouded in it. I just hope we're not waiting the next 6 years and watching a little bit more and more trailers until we get like Kojima poop.
We're gonna be here in 6 years still talking about his slimy poop in the game.
Yeah, man, more and this year more Kojima poop, but no smell.
Man, he had a lot of Mexican food this year. Yeah. Tannen, what other trailers caught your fancy?
Metro Exodus, definitely caught my fancy a little bit. I've always kind of been a Metro fan. I need to read the fucking books, hands down, because the game was pretty interesting. But the trailer looked really good. I mean, at one point he steals a fucking steam engine. I don't know what the fuck he's doing, but some other train comes up along him. I'm like, what the fuck's happening here now? So I really want to play that. Another one though, Way Out.
Yeah.
man, I want to fucking play that game so bad. Couch co-op all the way. It pushes couch co-op so much. At the end of the trailer, I love this announcement of, you know what? If you want to play it online, that's great. If you have a friend that's playing it online, you don't need 2 fucking copies. Like, I was like, oh my God, hell yeah. Like, fuck yeah. Like, that is fucking right, man. Like, I don't know. I sat there and said that out loud to the TV with nobody around me. Like, I was like, fucking right, man. Like, you know, I like you. I like you a lot. And I like the way the game looks. You know, like, I like the split screen aspect of it and 2 different things happening at the same time. And you know, like, it's you know, they took the idea of Kane and Lynch, and it looks like they perfected it, and I'm really hoping that it stays that way. Another one that hit me in a weird way, that I want to play up to 4 players at the same time, first person. Again, kind of a sci-fi horror experience, but 4 people co-op finally in a horror experience. Since from what I can remember, Left 4 Dead is Get the Fuck Out, or GTFO. Don't know where it's going. I don't know if you're in some guy's brain and you're trying to fucking you know, yeah, kind of Malkovich's ass. But you know, you're shooting some shit. I don't know, and it's like stick together and work together, and you'll live. Looks like a great game. However, though, the only catch I have with those games is, and just like Left 4 Dead, which I have played recently online because it's backwards compatible and the servers are still up. Fuck me if everybody's retarded on there. I need a good Left 4 Dead partner. Anybody out there want to play some Left 4 Dead with Tannen? Always up for it. You know, Trigger C. Ramsey, that's my name on there. Please, please come.
Speaking to anybody out there, shout out to Killsteel Gaming, Crooked in the chat, Megan Star, and Snare X, man. I'm so sorry. It's so hard to manage chats. Let me catch up a little bit what he's been saying. Back on the Kojima stuff, he's pretty much saying how many times did he try to do something new and Konami fucked him, blah, blah, blah. Silent Hill 4, and he tries PT, and they fucked his mouth and anus, basically.
That was Silent Hill, like 6, actually. Or 5 is what that would have been.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to be a Silent Hill snob.
That's all good, but we appreciate you guys so much. Captain Panda, hello, just popped in the chat. Thank you, man. Man, the chat's on fire tonight. I'm loving it. Yeah, man, I'm definitely interested in that game too, as well. The other game you said before that I've heard of, but I didn't see the trailer, quite frankly.
What, Get the Fuck Out?
No. The one right before that.
Metro.
Yeah.
Metro.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I was about to say, I said a way out before that, and you're all about that. I want to get it. You, my friend, need to get an Xbox One so we can play on either system. They're like, dude, they're like $120 now. Stop.
I know, but I feel so gluttony when I do that.
Stop dragging your balls on the pavement here, you know.
Because I feel like if I'm doing that, I'm going Switch. Like, I don't need an Xbone for me. Like, I need an Xbone for Cuphead.
Like $400
way out.
120. Come play with your boy.
But play with me on the PS4.
I have a PS4 and I pay my yearly subscription for it. You know, like, anyway, a couple of things too. Sea of Thieves looked pretty interesting. You know, not something I don't think I'll instantly pick up, but it looked pretty cool. In the Valley of the Gods looked interesting.
God of War 4, any more shown on the new God? More shown on that at all?
Not from what I remember on the trailers.
Huh.
I think we're just all kind of waiting. Same goes for, like, I was surprised that Last of Us didn't have another nice little bit. Dude, since that last one that was like, oh my God, like, this is fucking dark and crazy and just like, well, wait, the last one was, but this is fucking even more so. Like,
Naughty Dog is definitely letting everybody's chubby get nice and sore, rubbing in their jeans on that one to let slip by far.
Fade to Silence was another one. Dreams was another one. Another
Dreams trailer. That game interested me the first time I saw it. I did not see this trailer though.
Still looks pretty interesting. I mean, you know, like I'm still kind of like, you know, scratching my head on it, like, man, what is this? And I definitely like am interested in it. And then I discovered that I should play PlayerUnknown. I came to that conclusion after I saw their desert thing. I haven't played PlayerUnknown yet, but it looks pretty cool. So I really want to play it. Now that I saw the desert trailer, like, I was like, yeah, maybe let's try the game out. But yeah, that's that from what I recall, I don't know if anybody in the chat's not bringing up anything that I didn't catch in the trailers. I watched some dude who said he posted all of them. So,
there you go.
Yep.
There you
Yeah.
have it. That's the Game Awards, guys. Pick and choose, cherry pick, whatever tickles your fancy and your taste. And I wish you well in your game pickups this week. Tannen, we got about 10, 15 here left the show. Bring back an old favorite. It's Game of the Week time.
Oh yeah, it is. And I believe this week we went ahead we detracted from our former games of the week. I don't know if you even played the last one, but you picked a definite not so much of a classic.
See, and that's why this is going to be interesting and why I picked it. I disagree. I love this game. Yes, Tannen's right. We didn't do our normal, but Tannen and I probably played a lot of this game. We don't really, and there's not, to be quite frank, there's not a lot to say. It's so basic of a game. But Donkey Kong 3, released in '86, the arcade game made its way to NES. There's no gray area on this game, really. You either love it or you hate it, flat out, Tannen.
I mean, it's out of all of the games in the franchise, I feel like it's the weakest one in the Donkey Kong trilogy.
Junior Math? Are you counting Junior Math in that?
I said trilogy.
Okay, all right. I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, what they tried to do here, at least they tried to think outside of the box, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit, but I mean, you're shooting Kong in the balls basically here. Like, so, I don't know, it's yeah, like like that's the goal this time.
For anyone that's not familiar, because quite frankly, when I in the messages you and I had this morning when we were at work, whatever, I was like, hey, let's just review Donkey Kong 3. You immediately thought I meant Donkey Kong Country 3.
Donkey Kong Country 3.
I think that's what a lot of people probably do.
One.
And I think that's
simple and easy, And I was like, yeah, it's simple and easy. I mean, again, I feel like Donkey Kong Country 3 is the weakest in the trilogy. However, though,
that I agree.
A lot of people disagree with that one, but I just, I think DKC2 was the strongest, and
Baby
then the
Kong's
first one
annoying, especially when he dies. Like, shut up.
Oh yeah,
I know you're a baby, but just shut up.
You did get an elephant in that one.
You did. I can't take that away from it. And Dixie is really fun to be with the hover. I got to give Dixie her due. Her day in the sun. Yeah. In this, Tannen, you take control of one of the most, and he had a trophy in Smash Brothers Melee. They sprinkled in history of him. It's not like they just whitewashed him. Stanley the Bugman, who made an appearance in the Donkey Kong cartoon in the 80s for an episode. I only know that because I reviewed this game 2 years ago. You just call it off the top of my head. But yeah, for me, it's totally fine. It's fun. It's definitely that era of this, Space Invaders, one-screen shooter type deal. Here, though, it's a total hybrid of there's platforming mixed in with the shooting.
It's platforming. It's like they went a Galaga game with something else in it. I don't know.
I don't think I think the only reason people probably have the hate blinders on is because they just expected something and wanted something different. But if you give it a chance, it's not broken or bad. It's a fun little time. It's not a top 3 of all time, but it's good. I'd have a marquee of it hanging up if I had it.
I mean, I'm not gonna shit on it and say it's the most terrible fucking game I've ever played, but I am gonna say out of the Donkey Kong trilogy, it is the weakest entry. I don't know. I'd rather play or the first one. As
whatever in the if you're in the mood for one of these hybrid games, then. You know what I mean? But, guys like us, our bread and butter is just a nice old, Donkey Kong side-scrolling challenge or something like that.
Well, I mean, I'd rather play Galaga or Space Invaders.
Right, all or nothing. You don't want this gray area bullshit. You want the genre or just go home, pretty much.
No, not all the time, but with this circumstance, I don't know. When I play Donkey Kong 3, that's why I was like, whoa, that's what he's talking about. I was just getting okay, and as I said, it's not a shitty game. It's just not. No, it's not. It's out of when I think Donkey Kong, not the best.
It's not what you wanted, what could have been, and you know what I mean. And I think for anyone that doesn't understand the concept, Tannen's not even kidding. You literally, Donkey Kong is hanging from 2 vines up top.
You're shooting him in the fucking balls.
Yeah, you shoot him right in the dirty ape asshole to get him all the way up, and you got to shoot him all the way up, and that's how you win the level. There's insects, beehives, all that mess for the platforming that can kill you, and you have a bug sprayer. And there's little, spurts up his taint. So I would recommend it. Tannen, would you recommend it or would you say probably not?
I wouldn't say pass it up. Go ahead and experience it. But like, you know, if you like it, you like it. Whatever. You know, it's what it is. But personally, like I wouldn't pass it up. I'll put it that way. Would I highly recommend it? Would I say, man, this is what you should do with your fucking day? No, I'd rather say go play Donkey Kong 2. Donkey Kong Jr. rather than Donkey Kong 3.
There you have it. There you have it. Do you want to just say fuck it and talk about Donkey Kong Country 3? Because when are we ever going to talk about this game again, honestly?
I mean, no, not really.
Do we have 2 minutes?
Huh?
Do we have 2 minutes?
Well, we do, but I wanted to bring something else up.
Oh, go ahead. Because, okay, it can wait for another day.
Okay, so I pre-ordered my tickets for Last Jedi.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Going to the 7 p.m. showing Thursday night, which is the first showing that I could find. Really fucking stoked. Yeah, walking in with some high expectations, especially after that last trailer.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I'm going to promise you this. Next week, I'm either going to be a bitch boy about it and just say it sucked, or I'm going to say go see it. But I'm not going to tell you as to why either, because I want you to have you're like, God, I'm going to say it sucked. Highly doubt that. Highly doubt that. But you know, like I always have to walk in with that. I mean, I said the same thing about Rogue One. Like I was stoked about fucking Rogue One, and then left Rogue One in tears. And a lot of people are like, "No, Rogue One sucks." Blah blah blah. And it's just like, no, made me cry, man. Made me fucking cry. I cried like a little
Rogue
bitch.
One still over Force Awakens. That's just me.
Dude, that was a good fucking. It was a war movie. It was a Star Wars movie. Like, God.
And like you said at the time, it didn't start off with your standard scroll at the beginning. It was a different.
It just threw you into it. And everybody that I've watched it with made my mom cry, for God's sake. She's not even that big of a Star Wars fan. It was just the whole theme around it. Like she was just like, oh my God, they're all dying. Like, you know. How could you not get that? And then at the end too, with the whole Hope thing, like she was just blown away by it. When she first saw Grand Moff Tarkin, this is my mother. She thought it was him. She was like, "He still looks the same." Nice. Like, no, that's not him. Well, who is that? that's computer generated. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
That's still him. Oh my God. That's great. So Tannen has got his day ones for The Last Jedi. Tannen is hyped, as I'm sure you. I do not. I never do that really. But Tannen's crazy man. I'm not. What can you say?
Well, I'm probably gonna see it like, 5 goddamn times too before I'm like, okay, I'll wait for it to come out on Blu-ray.
Can you at least take a camcorder in for me and just fucking, get it done?
Oh yeah, let's talk about me doing something highly illegal on our show. Disney can come.
It's satire, FBI. Don't pull the plug on our show. Come on.
I'm not talking about FBI. I'm talking about the private Disney SS that exists out there.
All of them. Real quick, speaking of Disney, before we sign off, talks with Disney and Fox, Tannen.
Huh?
Did you see this in the news? Before we sign off, there's talks with Disney and 20th Century Fox being bought out.
Oh, that's just their own way of wanting to buy Fox. Yeah, like oh my God, I don't like the sound of that. I don't know if I was 20th Century Fox, would be like, yeah, nah, because then we're gonna get a Disney-fied version of Alien, and who wants that? Actually, you know what? Disney might make it into a better R-rated experience.
I mean, look at Star Wars right now.
Yeah, they are pushing that edge. Like, Disney's no longer associated with. It's more like, yeah, we're going to take our franchises that we buy and actually make them gritty.
It's come a long way from to so. Tannen, episode 31. My God, is in the books. Any last words before we sign off?
What is it that Hulk Hogan used to say? Eat your greens.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Say your prayers, brother. No, I'm just kidding. Parting words, I don't know, like, see you next week, right?
Oh, I didn't know if you had any other tidbits you wanted to talk about. Not like the obvious final words, but...
Yeah, no, I just wanted to throw out there. I'm going to be seeing Star Wars. I'm definitely going to be talking about it next week. I'm fucking Star Wars up. Like, I kind of wanted to see The Disaster Artist this weekend, but I am Star Wars the fuck up right now.
I mean, when are you not? Let's be real. In the history of the show, and just me knowing you in 20 years, you are never not Star Wars up. It's just more weeks than others.
Yeah, talk to me next year whenever the Han Solo movie is going to be coming out. Maybe I'm going to be like, yo, fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you'll only want to talk about Star Trek next year this time, so. Damn it! One more time, where can everyone check you out? Us, all that good shit before we get out of here.
You can check me out at O'Tannen's Bum at Twitter. You can also check us out at the Reset Button at Facebook. Also, be sure to check Travis out at Biggie TMD. And also, Team Laser Mouse at Twitter.
Team Laser Mouse in the house. We assembled last night. Get over there, check out the simulcast on demand on my channel, Drink a Beer, Play a Game, Rad Zero, Killstill Gang, all our channels, check it out. Everyone that stopped by in the chat tonight, man, thank you so much. You're the reason we do this. To Snare X, Kelly Austin, Moon, so many others. My God, I don't have the chat up. I'm so sorry. I'm a burnout. I forget all the time. But all of you guys, we love you. Thank you. Check us right back here next week. Until then, you can follow me on Twitter at @TheBiggyTMD. Check out this, The Reset Button, Slam Pigs Podcast, Slam Pigs Cruise Control, Union Smack, Never Drew a Dime. Catch me on first thing in the morning on Kayfabe Today podcast. Until next week, Tannen, let's hit it.
Pew!